Thank you, Lord Mayor. Honesty, transparency and integrity are the cornerstone values of democracy. This council leadership has shown itself to be wholly lacking in all three of these core principles as we reflect on what has led us here today, the darkest of days for our city. Over the past few weeks, Birmingham City Council has been publicly humiliated. The council now faces the indignity of being run by commissioners and will be subject to a local inquiry into what went wrong. This is a council in name only, a leader with no elected mandate, appointed by and reporting back to the National Party, soon to be run by outside agencies parachuted in to sort out the mess it has created. It has taken weeks for the council leader to come out with a half-hearted and unconvincing apology, yet even now he continues to blame government cuts for this council's abject failures and incompetence. And let's be clear about this. Despite all the attempted smokescreens to suggest otherwise, this Labour administration has no one but itself to blame for effectively bankrupting this council. I have full confidence that the truth will come out. The government-appointed Commissioner, Cllr, has previously said that in all his interventions at local authorities, lack of funding hasn't never been the reason for breakdown, but that culture and governance are to blame. He will find that this council is no different. The first Section 114 notice made it clear that the cause of this disaster is equal pay liability, ignored since 2017. And to make matters worse, this council continues to avoid tackling the job evaluation issue. Not only has this council failed to learn the lessons from the past, it remains incapable of facing up to the solutions for the future, unwilling and unable to act decisively. As the external auditor himself said 10 days ago, all I am seeing is inaction. The only activity we have seen from the leader is when he jumped on a plane and left the country after hearing about the first Section 114 notice. It might as well have been a one-way ticket given the lack of urgency we have seen since he's come back. Over the past 6 years, equal pay warnings have been ignored and information hidden. The leader said he was surprised to learn of the equal pay liability in June, but we now know he was made aware of a potential £800 million black hole on February the 3rd, if not earlier. He chose to ignore these concerns, went on to approve the budget and withheld this information from other councillors asked to vote on it. The council fell asleep years ago at the wheel and it still hasn't woken up. Even now, it continues to bury its head in the sand as the equal pay costs grow by £14 million a month. The council's promise of a golden decade of opportunity is an illusion. Previous boasts from the leader that the council's finances were in the best state for 30 years are now laughable. This council leadership is unfit for office. It has lost the trust of hard-working Brummies who are fearful of the impact from cuts in services and council tax rises. It has tarnished brand Birmingham, putting future investment at risk. In years to come, we will not look back at any achievements of this council. Instead, we will remember that its own national party described it as dysfunctional. We will remember the broken promises, the deception and the lack of transparency. But most of all, we will remember the immeasurable shame and incalculable damage that you have brought upon Birmingham. You have broken Birmingham and trashed the good name of this great city. Make no mistake, this will be your legacy.
Thank you, Mr. Parkin.